welcome back to a very special Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hey.
You know what makes it special?
What?
This is just GA, general admission only.
It is.
Yeah, it's kind of an exclusive, kind of a
Not
filler.
really. Yeah.
Yeah. But first, this episode is brought to you by
Katie with Monarch Pine. Enjoy 10% off findings or blanks with code Riley Black. If you're a patron, you get a higher discount. But check her out on Etsy, monarchpine.etsy.com.
Yeah. And this is a special / filler bonus episode for general admission because, as you know, as we've been teasing, 2025 it's going to be a 10-day not waiting period,
like grace period, or like
because you're not buying a firearm, so it's not a wait period. But so Patreons get the episode now 10 days. Patrons get it 10 days before it goes out to general
admission. Used to be
admission.
just 3 days,
right?
But we talked to some people about how to add more value for our patrons,
right?
And they suggested that, and they is Robin Parker Marsh. She was one of them. But 3 days, yes, it was nice. A lot of people did enjoy getting it on Friday instead of Monday. But we just wanted to add just that much more value for our patrons who do pay for that access, but also not necessarily taking anything away from our general admission / free listeners. Right,
because our general admission free listeners are like what started everything.
Yeah.
So we don't, with the extended interviews, that's just, we were doing that anyway after we
were
wrapped.
talking anyway, and we were like, might as well.
So we just kept it in. Yeah. So it's not really taking anything away from you guys.
Yeah.
It's just, we just keep recording.
Right.
What we were doing anyway.
Yeah.
So we're not taking away value or anything like that. Now you do have to wait a little bit longer, but you won't really feel it.
Yeah.
Because our episodes will still come out every Monday.
Right.
Everything will stay normal. Just early access is earlier access now.
Yeah.
So case in point, we had Nikki
with Smile in an Envelope. Yeah.
With Smile in an Envelope. That episode is live on Patreon right now. You guys, general admission, will have to wait till next week to hear that. So that's the only thing that really changes.
Yeah.
Is just you get it advanced and extended interviews and ad free over on Patreon.
Right. Bunch of stuff. You'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But. And let's talk about the bunch of stuff that they get on Patreon.
Oh man, I wasn't necessarily prepared for that. So,
our new lowest tier is,
we adjusted the tiers, and our new lowest tier is $6, and that gets you. Hold on. The Riley Black Project is sponsored by Cuddle.xyz.
Cuddle lets you instantly generate personalized SVGs. Just type in the name, choose your options, and click download SVG. It's that simple.
I make tons of keychains and small items that require welding, node editing, connecting dots on the eyes, and the most tedious step, adding score lines. But with Cuddle, you just type the names and you're done.
Just go to the website, cuddle.xyz.
And use our coupon code RileyBlack for 10% off your first month or year.
Welcome to the revolution in laser engraving. Introducing Lens Digital, the creators of the game-changing Pyburn rotary attachment. With the Pyburn 4.0, you can turn ordinary cups, tumblers, glasses, and more into extraordinary masterpieces.
Looking to engrave niche items or want the functionality of a Chuck rotary? Look no further than the Pyburn Grip, Lens Digital's Chuck-style rotary. With a range of different sized jaws, you can easily engrave a wide variety of items. All Lens Digital products are compatible with most CO2 and Galvo lasers and were designed specifically for the laser industry. All that, paired with the best-in-class customer support, Lens Digital is your one-stop shop for all of your rotary needs.
Transform your laser engraving game with Lens Digital, where makers succeed. Unleash your creativity today.
And don't forget, we are proud Lens Digital affiliates as well. If you're shopping, code Riley Black will take $50 off any order of $600 or more. Okay, and we're back.
You good now?
We're good now.
Okay,
so the $6 level, early access and more. You get patron-only discounts, early access to episodes 10 days early now, ad-free episodes, access to extended episodes, access to live patron-only After Dark episodes, patron exclusive Facebook community and just general support. So that's the $6 level. And then the $10 level is now our Say My Name level. That actually went, we adjusted everything, but that used to, our middle tier used to be $12. We reduced it to $10. So we actually saved some of our patrons a couple dollars a month. That gets you one free Riley Black file a month, and it's a free file of your choice. So I had like a lot of anxiety about which file to choose every month, and have they already bought this one? Have I already given that one? You know, it was just, I was like, wait a minute, why don't I just let them choose? And it was much easier because they can choose whichever one they personally want. And I don't want to send out, you know, files to 20 people or whatever that are not going to use them, that don't want them. So the free file a month, you get a monthly shout out, and then everything else from the $6 tier. And then the top tier,
it all adds on to.
Yeah. And then that's our show off level, and it's $25 a month. And it's extra support for us.
Yep.
Extra bragging rights for you guys. Yep. You get a yearly anniversary gift. And then it's not in here, it's in the description, but in your second month of the $25 show off level, you get a free t-shirt, free TRBP t-shirt. So basically by your second month, you've already paid for your first month. And then from there on, you're just supporting us, at our top tier if that's something you're able to or want to do. But those are our new tiers, and so we're just trying to adjust everything. Again, add a lot of value. You know, I've showed our patron to a lot of different people and got some feedback, and I've actually kind of, not some slack, but a lot of people have told us we might be giving too much, but that's kind of like what I need to do to feel okay with them sending me or us our hard-earned, like their hard-earned money.
The real life money.
Real life money,
It's kind of like, it's the pricing game that we all play. Yeah. Like, where really do you price what and this and that? So
we struggle with it with this too. It's no different.
Podcast, same way. And it's all for support and because again, you can watch it, you know, free every Monday. That's not going away, YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. But it's just a way to help support us if you've bought all of the thingies already. And if, you know, you've gotten all the things.
Well, and it's just...
Hey there, podcast listeners. How great would it feel if this was the year you finally got to escape your 9-to-5 to embrace your lifestyle of creativity and entrepreneurship?
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Eon Laser USA invites you to join the Freedom to Create webinar, where you'll learn how to make this a reality.
Join leading laser industry professional and brand ambassador Emily, aka That Mom with a Laser, and Eon Laser USA's sales manager Alicia as they dive into all things Eon.
Learn about the advantages of owning an Eon Laser and get the scoop on Eon's rewards and partner benefits. Plus, get a glimpse at how everyday people who started out with zero experience paid off their lasers, scaled their businesses, and transformed their lifestyles.
So if you're ready for a lifestyle change, head over to eonlaser.us/whyus and sign up for the Freedom to Create webinar today.
Thanks for listening. Laser on.
Attention all laser owners and crafters. Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than Crazy Laser Dad Laser Ready Blanks.
Their high-quality blanks are expertly sourced, tested, and ready to use with your lasers. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time-consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for all your customers.
So what are you waiting for? Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their laser ready blanks.
We're trying to align more with what our new ultimate goal is eventually for the podcasting to be our main source of income. You know, Keychain Thingies isn't going to go away. My courses aren't going to go away. The files aren't going to go away. I'm definitely going to make less. You know, I'm not going to have, which I've already been making less for the last couple of years anyway. But the podcasting is what we enjoy the most.
Right.
It's what we don't necessarily feel like we're working all the time.
And I mean, we hear it all the time, but we hope that we're also bringing value and building community along with it.
Exactly.
It's one of the things that, like,
sharing people's experiences.
Right. It again, we started the podcast with the idea and the mindset of you're not alone in whatever your workshop looks like, whether it's a spare bedroom, a garage, or an actual facility.
Yeah.
You're not alone working there. We're all going through similar struggles, and we're here to share those stories to show that we're all in the same boat, essentially, and we're all going through similar struggles, whether it be, like we talked about with Will, the influx of new entry-level lasers, which then turns new businesses coming afloat. From just pricing, like we just spoke about for ourselves, and all that stuff. So we just hope that we're bringing value, even to you guys, the general admission, our free, just our core listeners, who got us to where we are.
So
and I know it looks a little weird because we're all bundled up, and many of you like, aren't they in Florida? Why? What's with the hoodies? So yeah, we're in our garage, as most of you know, and it's what is it? The coldest day, right? So far, like the coldest day. Not the calendar year, because we just started the year. Obviously, we're
we were just talking
9 days
who
in.
Were we just talking about that the networking or whatever yesterday.
Yeah, the coldest day of the year is like
the
it just
news
started.
has always been saying, like, has been clickbaiting. The temperature swing and stuff, saying, oh, it's the coldest day of the year, and I'm like, we're 8 days in, bro.
Right.
Chill out. Of course,
you talking about 2025 or like a year,
365
like this winter,
days, which it very
season.
well could be, because it's pretty cold. And again, cold for Florida.
Relative,
and
right.
I will say that I've felt it's not 60 degrees now. It's even colder than that. Like, I think that's the high for today. But 60 degrees in Florida, right off the water, is not the same as 60 degrees in Colorado, where I'm from.
Right. And she did this morning.
Hold on. Especially in Colorado. So, like, if the sun is shining and you're not in the shade, 60 degrees is comfortable. It's, I put on a hoodie, maybe even a t-shirt if I'm in Colorado. Yeah. Here, if it's 60 degrees, like, and especially if there's any kind of wind, it cuts through. It gets
it's that humidity.
But yeah, so this morning
she said the most Florida thing. I had gotten the kids ready for school, and I looked at the our Echo in the kitchen and saw that it was 46 degrees. So I come back to the room. I'm like, it's 46. Echo's saying it's 46 degrees outside, and you said, "Oof, I got to put on some socks with my sandals."
Socks with my slides, yeah. So
I was like, you just said the most Florida thing ever. It's 40. It's cold outside. I better put on socks with my sandals.
Because listen, I didn't want to put on shoes, especially when I'm like just taking the boys to school.
Right, and you're still going through your whole foot issue.
Right, which I can wear shoes now. Right. It's just still not nearly as comfortable as the slides are currently. Yeah. And so I don't want to put on shoes, but it's cold, so I don't really want any like exposed toes and skin. Although yesterday we took them. We all went because it was a celebration because JR went back.
His first day back from winter break.
Man, it seemed like the longest time too.
You celebrate like it was the first day after summer break.
It felt like it. It really did feel like it. It was longer than summer break because we were saying, I don't know who we were talking to.
We were talking about summer camp.
Summer camp, like during summer break, we signed him up for summer camp because
many people do.
We can't entertain him like he needs to be entertained because
they go
we have
swimming
to work
every week.
And,
they go roller skating,
did all
field
the things.
trips.
To the point where like he would pick him up like at like 4:30, and he'd get mad at you for picking him up too early.
Right, or there were a few times where they weren't back from whatever field trip, so I had to like wait for the bus to show up.
Right, so and there like they go. It's like they're out of school and then they're off for like a week,
Right,
and then they
summer
go
camp
to summer
starts.
camp, and they go to summer camp all the way until the end, and then they're off for like a week or two,
Right.
and then they go back to school.
Right.
So this was almost 3 weeks off,
2.5
and there
weeks.
was no camp.
Yeah, no.
And
all home.
we felt every day of that. And then we also have
And I mean, you saw every day of that because he made it onto 2
he
podcasts.
interrupted 2 podcasts. And then we also are dealing with Jackson and his behavioral issues. So there were several days where Jackson was home too. And so it was just it was a lot. We couldn't get a lot of work done. Add in the holidays, add in me falling and busting my ass, and it was just so it was a celebration.
Case in point,
yesterday.
we're hopefully just gonna turn on our BBL.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant the scene. I'm trying to figure out how. So we have a mini split in here, which they're supposed to cool and heat. That's the split part.
Oh, okay.
And we've never used the heat on it,
No.
so I need to figure out how.
I didn't even know it had
use-
heat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I think again that's what the split part of it
I
is.
thought the
is
split
that
was because it was so small.
maybe. I really do hope it
I don't
has
know.
heat.
I don't know.
But if not, we're fine because
Yeah.
it's But yeah. So So yesterday we took Jr. to school, and I had on capris and just my slides, no socks, and it was pretty cold. But then
Brisk.
the van got warm, so I was okay. The man van warmed
My
me
man
up.
van.
But
Yeah.
and you were making fun of your mom because she didn't have on socks and her
Yeah,
her
She was all
crossed toes
cold. She was all cold, and she's like, "Oh man, it's cold." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not wearing any socks. You're basically barefoot.
Right.
That's why it's so cold."
Yeah.
Also, to add to it, APA
Yes.
coming up, sneaking up in Sacramento.
Meet up in Sacramento, which,
Yep.
speaking of, I know Sacramento is not currently, hopefully they won't be affected.
It's pretty
But
far
just,
south.
Our
the
hearts go out
fires.
to everyone in Cali who
Palisades,
is going
Southern Cal.
through these fires. Fires are fucking awful. They're terrible.
In my news career, it was one of the things I hated.
Hated the most.
Next to anything with children were house fires because they're so devastating. You lose everything, and you basically have to rebuild from like zero.
Right. Well, and I was talking to Bree this morning with the Burn Shack, and she's from Cali.
That's an unfortunate name with everything that's going on right now. I just thought about as you said the burn shack. I'm like,
and she's not near it either.
That's
She's I think several hours away, but she was saying that unfortunately a lot of these people down south in Cali, like hundreds of thousands of people were dropped from their insurance right before this happened
right.
due to
The
the fire
fires.
risk. And that just
Right.
pisses me off
Right.
so much because it's like that's what the fuck insurance is
right.
for.
Well, it's like here in Florida, after a major storm hits.
yeah, a lot of people we were dropped.
Yeah. Well, and then now I'm curious to see what's going to happen here with this area because we were hit with Milton,
right.
and all the tornadoes of that storm. That's what insurance companies kind of do once things
It's
start.
like you pay every month hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Not $1,000 a month unless you have like a mansion, but you pay hundreds of dollars a month for car insurance, homeowners insurance,
Right.
whatever kind of insurance. And then anytime you need to file a claim, they find any reason
Right.
not to pay it.
Right.
They will then raise your rates and penalize you for using what you should
Right.
be able to use.
Right.
They may even drop you.
Yep.
Or in like our friend Mindy's situation, they wouldn't cover it. And so then she had to sue them
Right.
in order to get them to cover what
Yeah.
should have been covered in her policy.
Right.
And then she couldn't get new insurance
Right.
because she was in current litigation with an insurance company. And the other insurance companies were like, nah, we don't
And
want a
it's-
part of that
and
because
it's
you're
a-
suing someone.
And it's crazy because it's unlike like car insurance is also kind of in the same boat,
Right.
But for some part of car insurance there is a fault,
Right.
like either like you could have been
Right.
driving too fast
Yeah.
or you weren't paying attention, whatever.
Right.
With like homeowners insurance, there's like you don't really necessarily for most cases
Right.
you don't cause.
Right.
You couldn't have prevented it. Like
Right.
you can't prevent a hurricane.
No.
You can't prevent these wildfires.
Right.
At least not as an individual.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously there's some, going around of like
Yeah.
what the state did and the government, whatever. But you as an individual, as a homeowner, you can't control, you know,
Right.
that this is happening to you. So therefore, you're almost penalized twice. You lose
Yeah.
everything, and
Right.
then, oh, so sorry, we're dropping you. And you know, it's like, oh, you were dropped from an insurance, so now you look like you're at, you know, you're more of a higher risk,
Right.
because one insurance company already dropped you.
Right.
So yeah, it seems like a scam. I'm not calling
Yeah.
it a scam. It seems like a scam.
It's unfortunate that you
Yeah.
already go through these horrible traumatic experiences, and then it's just the
Just to
salt
be
on
like
the wound sometimes.
re-traumatized again. Yeah.
with the
with the insurance and stuff. So yeah,
But yeah.
definitely hard. And I mean, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, these are mansions and stuff like that. But at the same time,
Still.
people keep thinking, you know, it's your home.
Yeah, like
No
so
matter what the
speaking of the
size.
mansions, right? I scrolled past a story that was talking about Paris Hilton. She lost her house.
Right.
And she was talking and she watched it live on the news.
Right.
They were
Yeah.
covering her home. And she's talking, you know, she has 2 kids, I believe. And she's talking about how, you know, that's the home that she took this kid's
Right.
home to, and that's the home
Right.
that this kid took their first steps, and
Right.
that kind of stuff. And like, yeah, they're mansions and they might be able to rebound easier than, you know,
Others.
a normal
Yeah.
like person who isn't rich. But at the same time, like, it still really freaking sucks for her
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
she lost all of those memories and family things that,
Well, and everyone,
you know,
you put in, like, you know, your home becomes yours, no matter what size it
Yes.
is, no matter what's there.
Yep.
You know, you go through hard work. Now, did you actually put the wallpaper up? Probably not in her
Right.
case, but still, she designed it. It was
Right.
her space.
Yeah.
It was comfortable. Everything.
home.
And yeah, so a lot of people are losing. And then, you know, there are also, as the fire moves, it's like lesser, and because
Right.
I've also seen like storefronts, business fronts, and you know, those people. I mean,
there's like 6
yeah,
fires going on
yeah,
right now.
it's
It's
crazy.
just-
It's crazy. So yeah.
So our hearts go out to you guys. Will made a post the other day, you know, saying if there's anything he can do, you know, to help get orders out, or he even offered to send, you know, monetary help if you need it, to, you know, as much as he's able to. And then a lot of people were in the comments, you know, kind of piggybacking on that and saying, hey, I can help with orders too and stuff.
Right.
So definitely take advantage of the help from the community if you need it. We're here. And it's just honestly, anyone going through anything right now, that just there's so much heaviness in just different areas for a bunch of different
Right,
reasons.
right.
So
And
hopefully
we're only 9 days in.
Right. And so hopefully you can lean on your laser community for some support, or maybe at least here for some laughs, because that's all we can afford
Yep,
to give
that's all.
currently.
Yeah, that's what we give. That's
all
what we
we
got
got.
for you.
But yes, back to more happier
Sacramento.
thoughts. We're going to hopefully turn on BBL today. I think that's probably going to be her name. But we'll see if there's something
That's
that
our
comes
badass
along.
baby laser, by the
Badass
way.
baby laser. Yeah. No plastic surgery, at least, you know,
Yes.
for her, me yet. But yeah, hopefully we'll turn her on today. Hopefully it's not too cold for her.
Right.
And hopefully I'll figure out this mini split and maybe we can get a little heat, or the sun starts.
We'd have to open the windows or uncover the windows
That's
to
true.
let the heat
Then
in.
it's really bright.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Sacramento, did we say what dates?
So Sacramento, February 1st. APA, February 4th through the 7th. I'm in panic mode, you know, procrastination mode, ADHD. You know, we're a couple weeks away, so now it's time to freak out and do everything in the
How we're
last
going to
minute.
fill the space?
But we have some fun ideas, so definitely stop by our keychain thingies booth, which is also technically the Riley Black Project group as well. It's going to kind of be like half and half or whatever.
Riley Black Project Group?
Booth.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
booth, if I said group.
Yeah, you did.
So stop by
Yeah,
there,
say
come
hi,
see us
buy some
if you're attending. There will be discounts. You won't have to pay shipping, so definitely come by
Photo
and stock
opportunities.
up. Yep, while you're there. And then we have the Eon holiday party coming up this weekend, so you'll see some content on
going,
that.
right.
Hopefully, if you're going, we'll be able to see you, which this has already,
Oh, no.
that'll already pass.
It already passed.
But,
So you'll
and then
catch the replay.
Podfest in Orlando, we're going to that. And then also tickets are on sale for Next Level in Grapevine, Texas. I think they're also calling it like Dallas because it's like somewhat close, but it's really in Grapevine, Texas. So grab those tickets.
Yes, it's going to be an awesome time.
It's going to be amazing. It's
going to be huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. What else is there? LBX is in July.
Still on the fence on that one.
Yeah,
that one
one's
will
hard.
just be attending if we do go.
Yeah.
And grabbing some content.
Maybe doing a podcast if they can find room for us.
We will be recording lives at APA, obviously at Next Level, and at the meetup.
Yeah,
with
in Sacramento.
Will.
Yep. And then more soon, hopefully on a tour on the way to Next Level.
Yes.
We need to figure out our dates and stops and all that, but we have...
We'll probably do that when...
Tentatively secured a sponsor. Yes, in February. Like January right now is literally just surviving.
Yeah, we have no time to plan that out.
So February is when the rest of life will start after we get through these crazy, busy but amazing weekends. And I think that's all.
I think that's
all the things.
That's all the things.
But if there's any guests you want to hear on the podcast that you haven't already, someone who has amazing content, amazing work, amazing projects, and they haven't been on yet, or you don't know if they've been on yet, we're always open to suggestions. So send those to us.
If they've been on, but they're working on something like, cool, you want to revisit some, that's also...
or launching something or whatever.
Also, to piggyback off of that, for Patreon members that sign up through the end of the month, it's sponsored by
Katie with Monarch
once again.
So
thank you, Katie, for all
if you
your
are
support.
a new or upgraded patron, so we just changed it to that. If you are, say, a $6 level and you upgrade to the $10 Say My Name level, that counts as someone who gets some of the perks. So if you are a new or upgraded patron, for January, Katie is giving you $10 off of her shop, Monarch Pine. And then she's also giving away 3, I believe, $20 gift cards to an existing patron. So we want to obviously reward them as well because they've already been here.
Yes.
And then all patrons, paid patrons, get 15% off for the month of January. So that's more than she gives her the typical 10% discount that she offers to everybody. And even like the patron discount that she offers, the patron exclusive discount, that's 12%. So it's even higher than the normal. So, and 15% is a lot.
Yeah. So if you shop with a lot of our guests and a lot of, people that we have on, you basically pay for your subscription in the savings that you get.
Because if you sign up for the $6 level, you get $10.
Yeah. So
off Monarch Pine. So plus a discount for the month. So especially if you order from her regularly, it just makes sense.
Yeah. It makes girl and guy math.
Right?
It's all the maths.
Yeah. So stay warm, everybody, and not too warm in Cali.
And thank everybody for their support.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Even if all you do is you mention our podcast to anyone who's looking for a podcast.
Ooh, and one side note, I'm going to make a graphic soon. But I had a listener reach out to us the other day because we were talking about download numbers. And they're like, what counts as a download? And so I actually looked into the technical, like what actually, at what point does it count as a download?
Right.
And she's like, I just listened. Do I actually need to like download it to my phone or my computer or whatever? And so what counts as a download especially for our patrons, because she was a patron, that's why she was asking. She was like, I just listen through Patreon,
Right.
but I want to make sure you guys are getting like credit. And we're not too worried about the numbers, but
Right.
it is cool
Right,
like
right.
to
It's nice
see
to
them
see.
grow and
Yeah.
stuff as we're approaching 60,000 downloads.
And it's hard because we have the Patreon, we have the YouTube. So depending
Right.
on where,
Yeah.
where you listen,
Right.
it's kind of
and
hard
that's
to add all the
60,000
numbers.
just audio. That's
Yeah.
not anything to do with YouTube
Yeah.
or
Or
people
Patreon.
who've listened to Patreon. So anyway, the technical way to get a download is by listening for at least 60 seconds. So if you are a patron or a YouTube watcher and you just want to help us get credit for the listen, I guess all you need to do is go to one of the podcast apps and listen for just over a minute, and we will get that
Yes.
download number.
And to continue in the
yeah.
savings mode, again, if you do decide to subscribe to Patreon, unless you're rolling in the dough, don't do it through Apple because
Oh
they
my God.
are charging a third party fee that
Yeah.
we don't that they
30%.
yeah, and that's to not just to Patreon, that's to all third party. So if you have a subscription to a third party,
If you sign up
app,
for any app on Apple iOS
Yes.
on your phone,
yes, there is a 30% markup that the
30%.
creator does not see. That's
right. So
them.
I noticed when I was adjusting our tiers at the end of the year in 2024, our $12 level was showing up as $17.50.
Yeah.
For anybody who went through their phone. And that $5.50, that doesn't go to us. That goes to them.
Yeah,
We
that's
still
Apple.
only get $12. I wouldn't sign up for a $17.50 like
Right.
recurring
Right.
thing
Yeah.
that only not even 12, because even the $12 we still have to pay fees on that for Patreon.
Right.
It's not
Our
a
host.
lot.
Right.
But still, like, yeah.
Right.
So it's super.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like
and-
it.
and
It makes
luckily
me
with-
very mad.
And luckily with a app like Patreon, you can go online and sign up.
Yeah.
Or I mean, obviously, if you're on Android, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it doesn't
But,
affect you if you're on Android.
But if you're on Apple, you can download the app, but you can sign up and sign in through your laptop to have a true $10 tier.
Just don't do the subscription part
through Apple,
your iPhone.
Yeah, and if you can refrain from doing that on any app, because I mean, we just got charged on Pandora.
Well,
as well.
so Pandora. Today I went to go put on, music on the drive to take the boys to school, and it's like, your subscription has lapsed, do you want to resubscribe? And I'm like, what the hell? Okay, fine. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I'll just, because I listen to Pandora pretty much every day.
Right.
So I go and I try to pull it up, and it's like $12.99 for the premium, and I'm like, what? I paid like $5 or $6. What do you mean $12.99?
Right.
So then I'm thinking back to the Apple iOS charge. It's probably that extra 30%, probably plus a markup. And so then I go and I'm like, it just still doesn't make sense to me. So I have that Rocket Money app. I'm not paid by them. We are not.
No.
But we're open to it because I love it.
We're not. What's his name?
Oh,
Hammer.
Caleb Hammer.
Caleb. Yeah.
So I go and I look, and in my recurring subscriptions, because it pulls it up very easily and shows you where you're paying to subscriptions, and it says Pandora $5.65,
Right.
and it's gonna like clear again in like 6 days or 8 days or something like that. So I'm like, fine, I'm gonna listen to it. If I have to listen to ads for the next 8 days, I want to see what happens in 8 days or whatever, and if I
Right.
get charged that $5.65, and then like in the app there's this little link at the bottom, and it says like retrieve your subscription through like your Apple ID or something like that, like at the bottom, and I'm like, I bet you that's what it is.
Right. So you have to sign the new terms and conditions, which
Probably.
gives you the upcharge.
Who knows? But it's like relink your account.
Yeah.
So I click on that, and it says failed to, like, it wouldn't work, and I'm like, this is all very convenient.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
There's a lot of bitching on this episode, but whatever. Anyway, 2025, we're going to hopefully be talking about goals more. And I
Crushing
just
goals.
hope everyone has an amazing year.
Yep.
We're going to continue to keep it real, as we hear all the time that you guys appreciate that and
only thing
enjoy
we know how
that.
to do.
We really don't know how to do anything else. And dark humor, we have a lot of that. Like, even when I busted my ass, we were joking, like, most of the time in urgent care and otherwise.
Yeah.
And yeah, we hope to keep you guys loving us.
Yeah.
If you don't love us anymore, I'm going to practice the let them theory, and I'm going to let you. But I'm just kidding. I hope you love us. It will hurt my feelings.
Yeah. But I mean, not everyone's not for everybody.
Right. Let's normalize it being okay to not like somebody, and it not necessarily being hate.
Right.
Sometimes it's just that you're not for
Right.
who's calling. Okay.
You're not for who's calling?
Sorry, I'm traumatized now by phone calls and text messages because of daycare.
From daycare. Yeah.
But it's a toll-free number.
Okay.
So we're good. But yeah, let's just normalize, like, it's okay if you don't like someone or they don't like you or whatever. That just means you're not their person, and that's fine.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it is fine.
There's some tea behind that I cannot share. But anyway.
Maybe one day.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But until then, it's been another great episode of the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Bye. We love you.
Maybe we're all done.
Are you tired of endlessly joining jump rings?
There's gotta be an easier way.
Are your wrists aching after numerous orders? Introducing Keychain Thingies, the time-saving solution for anyone making keychains.
It's so fast and easy.
These revolutionary plastic thingies make large or multiple orders a snap. So easy, even a child can do it.
That was so easy.
So what are you waiting for? Go to keychainthingies.com and order now. Keychain Thingies will change your life. However, they should not be used to cure any medical ailments, repair broken relationships, or help lose weight. Do not use Keychain Thingies unless you want to save time and aggravation.